Now, I have been bombarded, as I'm sure you guys have, with messages from people who can't find the links to the bidding for our dumb crap auction.
We have a scandalous update.
And there's a very good reason for that.
I'll tell you where the link is. It's on iTunes or Spotify. Just search Decisions Aren't My Thing.
And it won't even cost you $10,000,
No.
right? If it did, that would come out to, let me do some quick math, $1 a laugh. All right, so you spent the morning on the phone with eBay.
Yeah, I sent you guys a text last night after hearing from some concerned listeners saying, hey, you might want to contact eBay and make sure everything's kosher, because if they don't pay up, then you could be on the hook for some fines.
So these listeners were like what, like hardcore eBay users who were trying to get you hip to the ins and outs of it? Because you're you're on eBay a lot. I know very little about eBay.
But I sell little trinkets, like nothing to where there would ever be a situation where someone would place some high bet
no
for anything or bid
bids
for anything. Yeah. And as I was doing a little research last night, the maximum you can make on eBay to start out, unless you ask them for an increase, is $5,000 a month. So even
now, why is that?
Because they don't want people to
do what they did with our
become
auction?
Overwhelmed, I guess.
Overwhelmed?
I don't know.
I mean, eBay gets a cut. You'd think they'd want to maximize that.
But you can increase your limit. Like, say you have a very valuable item and you want to sell it.
You mean like a used shower loofah?
That's right.
Yeah.
But so I was like, well, even if the person paid 40 grand for each one of our items, because by the way, all of our items were up to at least 10 grand this morning.
Oh, they were?
They were.
I saw that. Someone,
same guy.
Yeah.
Had the top bid. So
I wait for the show to get my updates. I don't look.
Even if he paid $40,000, I couldn't even accept that kind of money on eBay right now. So I had to call them this morning, and I was trying to figure out what to do, right? So they have me on 3 different people, and I go, okay, I don't know how to explain this, so I'm just going to start by saying, I'm a radio host, and we thought it'd be a funny idea to do this dumb bit where we sold a couple of our personal items to see who would make the most money.
Yeah, that's pretty concise.
And they're like, radio host? I'm like, yeah, you know, like
because
the radio.
Because you're talking to someone in Delhi.
Oh, yeah. He's like, how can I help you today? And I'm not being offensive. This is literally his accent.
Yeah.
And
what do you mean radio?
And there's a little bit of a language barrier there because I said, we're being trolled by the bids. And he goes, what means troll?
You didn't get the vibe that it wouldn't be a guy you'd be able to throw slang at from the jump?
I guess I just didn't know how else to explain it at the time. I'm like, they're joking with us. They're making fake bids. And he's like, oh, okay. So he transferred me to another guy who sounds exactly the same as him.
Sure.
Who may have still been him. You know, like you will pick up the phone multiple times in multiple departments and still has the same voice.
Hello, fake bids.
Hey, fake bids. I need to talk to eBay.
Okay, hold on, please.
Okay.
Hello, this is eBay.
Yeah, hey, eBay. I need to talk to your selling department. Yeah, it was kind of like that. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm talking to a new guy. One guy's name was John, air quotes, and the other guy's name was Jim, air
It's
quotes.
like your waitress at the Chinese buffet's name is Jennifer.
Yeah, and I'm
or
like, I don't care if your name's
Candy.
Rupish or whatever. Like, I'll call you Rupish.
Yeah, I don't care. Cool.
You don't have to be Jim.
Yep.
So we're sitting on. I'm trying to explain to another guy or the same guy the situation, and he's like, okay, well, let me take a look. And he looks, he's like, $10,000 for Bill Squire used Oral-B toothbrush. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like crying, laughing. I have to put my phone on mute because I'm going to start laughing at this guy as he's reading all these things off. He goes, next I see Erika, Lauren, Alex, Cox show, belly button ring used. And I'm like,
he's very specific.
Yeah, he read off each description because he wanted to, clarify the right
make sure
item.
he knows what he's talking about.
And he's like, okay, what I'll do is, let me drop the accent because it'll just be easier to explain. What I'll do is,
oh, darn.
What I'll do is...
Hello, is this Mr. Johnny 5?
So he's like, all right, I'll just take the top bidder off of all of them because this guy bid $10,000. He goes, okay, I take top bid off, Erika belly button ring. Now it's only $4,950. I'm like, listen, Rupish, Jim, like, you don't understand. No one's going to pay even the $4,000. I'm like, do you not see that it's a half-used chapstick, a used belly button ring? Like, it's a joke.
Now, let me ask you this. could there have been, just as there might have been some difficult language barrier, perhaps these items are normally very valuable in India.
Or he just thought that the dollar took a shrimp.
Right. I would give my left nut for half...
For an herbal answer.
Yes, for half a chapstick.
Yeah, so
I'm
I
so
was
parched.
like, you just taking off the top bidder is not going to do the trick. So he's going down, and now it's to 2,000. Now it's to 1,000. I'm like, we're not getting anywhere. So he just he just canceled all the bids, pulled all the listings, and now we have a decision to make.
So I can start using my lip balm again?
No, not necessarily. Because
I've switched to the Burt Bees mango that was part of Bill's Christmas
There you
package
go.
for me.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Now we have a decision to make. We can relist these items for a buy it now price of what we think the value is potentially. We could do another bidding, just make it more strict. People already have to have a PayPal put in there so that they are for sure charged when they don't, when they bid on the item. Or we just skip the eBay and send us an email if you actually want the item.
Yeah, I don't want to do all this over again. I mean, we had fun. We took a
Trust
shot.
Me, after a half an hour phone call with eBay, I'd prefer not to as well.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was trending all night.
Oh my God, Pound Cake's
What the hell does that
Facebook.
mean?
Yeah,
Did you
I was
see Pound Cake's Facebook post?
I don't follow him on Facebook.
Yes, you do.
I got a
Everyone
life to
does.
lead.
Well,
what are you talking about?
Everyone
explain.
does.
Well, because I took a screenshot, just like Bill said. If we got anything out of this, it was a great screenshot that we could put on social media and say nothing. I put it on social media and said absolutely nothing. Just put the picture on there. They're like, "Oh my God, you've made it! They're paying $10,000."
Right, but it's all made up.
They didn't know that.
On his
But
Facebook
you knew-
page,
Right, but
they
people-
don't
But
get it.
you knew that. Is
So
my
what?
point. I know
He
people are
liked leading them
morons.
on.
It was hilarious.
It's so silly.
So the people that
But
were
it is silly, but it is funny because then people
they're so
are like,
gullible.
"Oh my
how
God,
are-
let me get that money."
But how are you going to explain when they go,
I'm not. If
People
they're-
were like, "Oh my God, congratulations, Cody! You deserve it. We're so happy for all your success."
but
and
what do you do with that?
I'm not gonna say anything. If
Nothing. He
they're-
didn't
if
reply
they're-
to anybody.
It's entertainment.
Yeah, if they're dumb enough to believe that I got $10,000 for a used
What's the other
loofah.
comments?
Right, but you enjoy those responses from people.
Oh, I got better ones
He
in my
loved it.
DMs
He
because
loved
the
it.
comments
You
were
are deeply ill. I've told you this. You are deeply, deeply ill.
and I'm so deeply ill that doesn't bother me at all.
And I don't mean ill in an Adam Horowitz sense. I mean, you are deeply ill.
Mother sucker, I'm ill, not sick.
So you post a screenshot.
Yeah.
Everybody shoots a wad.
And then
And then what?
people were sliding in my DMs. They're like, "Oh my God, dude."
37 comments. People are like how and why? You're the real deal, Cody. Hopefully it goes to charity.
That's the thing. All those
So
people.
proud of you.
All those people, if you told them you were keeping that money and not giving one penny to charity, they'd turn on you
I said I am charity.
like a pancake.
Keep every dime, my friend. You don't need to give that money away, but it would be thoughtful if you did donate some.
for my half-used loofah.
Yeah. And people are like, "Oh, remember way back when in college when you were just poor?
Way back when. Yeah, remember 2 years ago?
Remember
Way back when.
yesterday?"
And you can always follow me on Twitter.
I was cracking up at Cody's, and I put on there, I wrote troll bids just because I felt responsible to let these people know. And nobody
Didn't
even
matter.
bothered to read
They
my
didn't- they
comments.
didn't
I
read the
guess
comment.
I've got to start following him on Facebook
Oh,
with all
God,
this
yeah.
unbridled hilarity that's going on over there.
It's a lot of self-aggrandizing posts.
It is? What?
It's a lot like, do you believe my coworkers? Like the show was all about me today because I got zapped with a stun gun or whatever.
Oh, thank you.
Shot
Yeah.
caller.
Listen,
Stun gun.
you should enjoy those things because
Can you
for
believe-
any one of us, things can and will go away overnight.
Oh, for sure.
So you should enjoy these now.
I think it's just like my
and then when
family.
you're old and decrepit and in the corner of some nursing home, you'll look at that. One time I told everyone I was getting $10,000 for a loofah.
But the best part was
wasn't.
the best part of it was they could research it. They could go to eBay and type my name in because they thought obviously it was photoshopped at first, but then they looked it up. They were like, "It really
Photoshopped.
is $10,000." Oh
Yeah.
my God!
So,
Yeah.
so what's the follow-up today when those people start hitting you up?
They were still messaging me.
Whatever will you tell your brother?
Oh, I
Yeah,
had
he
to.
had dreams.
I guess it's just like
Shut up.
I'm used to my family like. They know the drill now. They assume everything's a joke, everything's a lie. Like, even if I'm trying to be serious, they're like, "Ha, get out of here." But pound cake, people have not caught on yet.
Well, it's not even catching on. It's that he perpetuates it.
For sure.
He lets them
Yes.
think that it's with you or any of us. You'd be like, it's a goof.
Yeah.
I took a screenshot of like my actual bids growing. It was like at $43.
I can't blame his friends
57.
for not realizing that he's lying to all of them.
So
They want to believe in you, and look what you're doing.
The
You're
only thing is-
betraying their trust. That deep and abiding trust that one can only find in people they've never met on
I don't
Facebook.
think I necessarily lied to them. I think I just assisted.
Do you know that I don't care?
I assisted deception. That's
Yes,
all.
that's lying.
Yeah, that's
I
called
think that's
lying.
lying.
If you had a
I
reality
assisted
TV
deception.
show, it would be
He is a Trump
assisted
guy, isn't he?
reality.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You win an Emmy for best assisted reality show.
People were like DMing me. They were still DMing me this morning. They're like, I showed my mom your screenshot. She could not believe. like they were just going in. The dudes were talking about. They're like, damn, I hooked up with like a thousandaire. Like,
Well,
I'm
it's
lit.
like I was saying yesterday when mine started going to like 500, 600 bucks. Girls were like, "Hey, what's?" They weren't even mentioning it. They're just like,
Yeah.
"Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, and it was
How you been?"
Isn't that gross, though?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, back then they didn't want me. Now I'm like $10,000 richer, and they're all on me.
It
And
was fun while
hilarious.
it lasted. The only thing I feel bad about is that there probably were some bids on there that were legit.
I still think we should do it. I think we
Alan
should do-
Poundcake was probably fleshlighting himself reading all those comments.
Oh, absolutely.
God, yes.
It fills a hole. Yeah, people are messaging me in all caps.
He
They're like,
loved it.
They're like, WTF. They're like, why would they pay that much for you? I was like,
slapping sounds.
dude, they're pervs. They're like,
Listen, you should get your kicks however you see fit.
Well, if you're not
you
going to get
should.
the money, you might as well get your kicks.
You might as well get your kicks and
Yeah.
you can get paid.
they
Well,
said,
anyway,
teach me your ways.
we'll figure out.
I was like, I
Teach me your
can't.
ways. Teach me.
Hey, we gotta do a new YouTube thing.
No.
Yeah,
no,
just do it.
No.
Just do it. Just say subscribe and share. Do it.